With writing in it from both the 1950s and 60s, the Yage Letters has a unique place within the trajectory of the Burroughs oeuvre, within the biographies of both Burroughs and Ginsberg, and within the cultural history of the Beat movement. No book is better suited to mark the 50th anniversary of City Lights as an independent publisher of the unorthodox and alternative. Of course, Lawrence Ferlinghetti was also the longtime publisher of Ginsberg, who made two vital contributions to the Yage Letters. Not only his 1960 letter, an extraordinarily intense outpouring of drug-fueled psychic and spiritual anguish, but also his struggle to get Burroughs' book into print. This decade-long labor on Burroughs' behalf is what makes it also Ginsberg's book. Such is the strange composite authorship of the Yage Letters. It is, too, a work of equally intriguing genre confusion, even its first part being a hybrid of the comic picaresque tradition, travel writing, the ethno-botanical field report, political satire, psychedelic literature, and epistolary narrative. It reads at times like a Yaqui Way of Knowledge by Carlos Castaneda, who was halfway through apprenticing himself to Don Juan the year the Yage Letters was published, and at other times like Che Guevara's Motorcycle Diaries, reporting on the same region just a year before Burroughs' travels, as if rewritten in Louis Ferdinand Céline's style of bitter comedy in Journey to the End of the Night. And what of the specific object of its quest, described as La Maravillosa Planta, or weirdest of the hallucinogens? The Amazonian drug is the mystery wrapped within the mystery of the text. The history of the vine of the soul can wait, but its very name poses an immediate conundrum. Burroughs wrote the word Yage without an accent, as if it rhymed with age, but it's properly written Yage with an accent, and pronounced, as Burroughs knew, Yage. Why not simply correct the spelling? After all, the error gives the impression of a kind of willed ignorance, less a personal idiosyncrasy than a mistranslation that disrespects the language of the drug's indigenous culture. In effect, an act of colonial appropriation. And yet to fix the problem now and change the book's very title would be to resolve a lack of fixity, an ambiguous duplicity that has always been part of the text and readers' experience of it. Because of this ongoing confusion, rather than despite it, I reserve Yage without an accent for the Yage Letters and use Yage with an accent in all other contexts. This fits my aim to respect the historical text, but it was an awkward decision, and I was relieved when a fellow editor confirmed my sense that it's the appropriate one. I think you should stick with your argument about the title. As an ignorant reader, I wasn't sure how to pronounce it. It's part of the mystery. I'm the man who can dig it. Jack Kerouac's journeys on the American road made travel central to beat writing. But of the three major figures, the real travel writers were Burroughs and Ginsberg. They journeyed further and for longer, nomads geographically and imaginatively, because each knew they were internal exiles, aliens in their own land, even in their own bodies. In late 1949, Burroughs escaped the States and relocated his family from Texas to Mexico City, so beginning 25 years as a writer in exile. Demonized as an addict and homosexual, Burroughs simply couldn't have written his first two titles, Junky and Queer, inside the disciplinary straitjacket of Cold War America, and so he moved south through the Americas, half in flight and half in quest, trying to outrun his addict identity as documented in Junky, and the fixations of desire as narrated in Queer. His first novel ended famously with the promise of a new grail. Yage may be the final fix, although this line was actually added to anticipate Queer, its intended sequel, which described the unsuccessful 2-month trip through Panama and Ecuador he made in July and August 1951 with Lewis Marker, the Allerton of Queer. It's easily missed.